This is the Forefoot Torque activity. The goal of this activity is to create additional mobility between the bones of the midfoot and the toes. You want to keep the heel in a free swinging, elevated position, and you want to keep the toes firmly into the floor, but you're not putting a whole lot of weight through the leg that is being activated. You're just keeping enough pressure through the toes to keep them in place throughout the activity. The desired motion for this activity looks a lot like squishing a bug into the floor. Most of the movement is actually being done at the hip, as you can see by the changing of direction of my knee. Here's a first-person point of view of what this should look like. You can see that when my knee turns outwards, it creates additional space between the toes, and then when my knee comes inwards, this puts my foot into a relaxed state where there is not as much of a stretch. Visually, it's quite easy to see the expansion and the separation of the toes. What's not as easy to see is the separation between the metatarsal bones, which are the bones of the midfoot. However, if you are getting a sufficient amount of separation of the toes and you're keeping enough pressure onto the forefoot and toes, you should feel a small stretch within the midfoot as well.